paper mill, you know, paper refinery, pulp mill, and all that, and start producing our own paper. It's going to save us $20 million a year, which we use to import paper. But then the price of it is that we won't get all the medicines we need in our hospital this year. But after we do it, for the next umpteen years, we won't need to import paper, and we are going to save $20 million.
That's painful transition. That is the painful transition
I'm talking about. It is not easy for a country to do that. It's not easy for a people to do that. But if we really know where we want to go,
stick with it.
We should be able to stick with it. We may not do it in as dramatic a fashion, not in hospitals maybe, but roads. So are we going to stop constructing a few more 100 kilometers of roads and put the money into setting up a giant tomato canning plant in Ghana and give them enough protection to let them grow to the level where they can compete against all the tomato people in the world?
Are those some of these challenges, national challenges, are those some of the challenges that you face also as in running your own business? I believe there's
definitely.
So, I mean, what I'm saying is because you must have gone through your own painful transition.
Very, very painful transition. We are still going through it.
It's a cable.
Tropical Cable and Conductor Limited. We manufacture electric and telecom cable.
Yes. I saw you in the papers a couple of times. You were marketing man of the year or so.
Yes. The marketing, the Charter Institute of Marketing.
The award,
Yeah, were very gracious and chose me as marketing man of the year.
Why? You've been doing things.
Yes, I think that we managed to grow a company from zero to the level where we are in the Club 100. And I think it's in recognition of that. But I mean, it's for the whole company. All my people work very hard.
And your raw materials from where? How do you?
We are importing raw material.
Does the reactivation of Valco help you? I would imagine.
Definitely. I mean, now
that's a national.
Again, because we are in cable manufacturing.
Yes.
And Valco is coming back. Yes. We are, as at now, putting in a plant which will allow us to take aluminium from Valco to use. If we were not in the manufacturing cable, how would we take advantage of this Valco thing? Look at Aluworks. Look at their contribution of Aluworks to Ghana's economy. 400 and something billion a year. That's the turnover of Aluworks, right? But it must have been very painful if you talk to the people who were involved in setting up Aluworks, the kind of problems they had in setting up Aluworks. But today, look at the jobs Aluworks provides. Look at the downstream industries, all these aluminium utensil people who are buying from Aluworks. It's obvious that that decision to put Aluworks in place was a fantastic one. It's good for this economy as a whole. But if you had just looked at the numbers at that time...
And said it would be cheaper to import.
Of course, it would be cheaper and it will continue being cheaper to import. Even now, you find that because of the cost of doing business being higher in Ghana than elsewhere, some people will be prepared to sell you aluminium utensils cheaper than you can get in Ghana.
Should government therefore sometimes impose selective tariffs? I mean, what I mean is to say, look, I want to protect this particular area. So if you are bringing this particular product here, because for my people, I'll impose something on it just to make it more expensive. That discriminatory thing, is it useful?
We should. It's useful. We should have the courage to do it. When you talk about it, they talk about WTO and can we go WTO and WTO will do this against it. Sometimes I think we need to call the bluff.
Indeed.
Yes, definitely, because it is also clear that from the WTO regulations, if you can show that somebody is actually hurting your economy, and I tell you, a lot of these imports sometimes even come in below cost of production. Some of them are literally dumped onto our markets, you know. So, but then you need somebody who will sit down and do the analysis, do the calculation. You need somebody who will prove it, you know. And this is something which, if we do not get to do as a country, we cannot industrialize. We cannot improve manufacturing.
Are you hopeful, or do you feel a sense of frustration? You know, as I listen to you as a president of the Association of Ghanaian Industries, are you hopeful, or are you more frustrated than hopeful?
I may sound frustrated, but I'm not. I think that there is a lot. It's just that I have a lot of passion.
Indeed.
I mean, these are matters I have thought through. These are matters we have discussed with people, you know. So I'm very passionate about it. But I think that generally, as a country, we are on the right path.
What is the right path?
The right path, one, was now there is a private sector development strategy in place, you know. And when I sit in on some of the meetings and hear what is being planned and what is to be done, I think they are the right things. We want to strengthen Ghana Standards Board.
But we must do them.
But we must.
Easy to say
implementation, that is the catch. We have to make sure that this country actually implements what we know. And it isn't as if people in government and people in policy-making positions do not know about this. They do know, but in the implementation, we must have the courage to make sure that we can implement what... let me just give you one thing. During the last election, for the first time, we had an election where government expenditure did not go out of hand.
I recall.
Yes. And I mean, it's one of the courageous things which every government in this country, no matter their background, should be able to do. We should
do more of that.
We should do more of that.
More courage.
Yes. We should have more courage.
So,
you know?
so
we shouldn't fear the ballot box.
So that is what it is. What you're saying, sometimes policymakers may say a great thing, but they don't do it for fear that in the end, they upset the people.
Not upset the people and lose votes.
That's what I mean. When you upset the people, they punish you for it.
But we shouldn't be afraid of it.
So you're saying the government might as well go in there and do what's right, knowing that even after 4 years it'll get sacked. It doesn't matter. If it gets sacked after 4 years, it has done the right thing.
And the next government should also continue doing that. You see, and that is where the politics come in. There is no what's this expression? Love lost between the major political traditions in our country. So as politicians, they are not getting together to set a national agenda.
Because sometimes
we have a national development planning commission.
Yeah.
You know, why can't politicians sit up there and decide that, look, this is in our national interest? And there is no doubt what is in our national interest. When you speak to them, I mean,
we are clear what is in our national interest.
I think we are.
Are you sure?
We want jobs. I think we want jobs for our people. Read all the manifestos of every political party in this country. They want to create jobs.
So they should just
realize that
just do it.
Yes. And not just do it, but they know how to do it. If you talk to them, but like I said,
we should adopt that Nike slogan.
It can be a painful process, but let's go through the pain and let's get it done. That is the courage that I'm talking about.
Tony, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure, David.
Thank you.